Hello and welcome to another audio analysis. In today's video we'll be taking a look at the track Sorry by the Swedish rock band Normandie. As we do enter the new year, we do see the Dopamine Clinic opening its doors for its next treatment, the 6th instalment that we will be receiving from the band. They've been releasing one song at the start of every single month leading up to the release of the album Dopamine on February 9th. So we've got Sorry, this latest one, and one more track to hear before we do get to hear it in its entirety by piecing all of the little treatments together to see if they can provide us with this dopamine cure, this hit of adrenaline as an entire album, rather than just giving us single by single. But we've certainly seen a real great amount of variety from the tracks so far. Something heavy, something soft, some beautiful meanings really engraved into a lot of these tracks, a lot of metaphoric lyrics really coming through. You can see how deep these tracks have gone, and they've really just shown a lot of different messages as well, from Blood in the Water talking about negativity being contagious, from Ritual where we saw the idea of taking that love, making it eternal, taking it into the next life, and really wanting to remain with this one person, your soulmate effectively. So we have seen a real range of emotions being conveyed on this album, but we haven't seen any duplicity so far. Every track has certainly had a very different emotive style, and imagine though it'll be aiming to do the same with this latest track. So will this latest track prove to be a misdiagnosis or the drug we need? Let's take a look at exactly how it sounds.
You got a way of saying that you're sorry, cutting me deep and tell me you need me. Make up your mind if you wanna let me go. I know nobody ever said it was easy. Truth is, truth hurts and you're gonna kill me. Make up your mind if you wanna let me go. You better leave me no home. The house is burning. Scared to face it, but honesty won't buy us out of this. So save your apologies. It's time that we let it burn out. You got a way of saying that you're sorry, cutting me deep and tell me you need me. Make up your mind if you wanna let me go. I know
Okay, one thing I really love with this track, how we get this very soft acoustic stylized opening before we do move into something much pacier really coming in from Anton. The reason I love this is, again, it's showing variance on this album. We had the very sluggish pace with Butterflies, we had the softer elements included on Ritual, and this is kind of has those softer elements, but it's got a much quicker pace to it, and I really do like the way they've picked that up, again showing a bit of difference from some of the previous tracks that we have seen. A very simple track, really exploring the idea of this relationship that is burning down, but you can really see this push and pull from this other person in the relationship. You see that in the first couple of lines. You got a way of saying that you're sorry, cutting me deep, then tell me you need me. That real indecisiveness really coming through of, should I end this relationship or should I keep it going? But you can really see it's kind of this from this one particular perspective. Make up your mind if you want to let me go. And I also really love the compromise and the understanding that's coming through in this kind of conversation we've got going on in this track. I know nobody ever said it was easy. Truth is, truth hurts, and you're gonna kill me. So the fact that this person is admitting this is going to be a tough decision, if you break things off, I'm going to have to learn to live without you, but I understand it's a difficult decision. It's kind of really showing a very adult-like way of approaching the topic. So it's really smart how the way they've done that, rather than kind of looking at more these aggressive tones and this kind of argument between two people. It is very soft, and it fits in with the musical style that we do really have with these softer, ambience-filled sounds. So I really do like that. I also love the idea of this house is burning it, because it's two things really conveyed in one metaphor. A house is kind of the idea of security, this relationship that you've built from the foundations upwards. It's on fire, it's burning, but you also see fire as kind of a relationship. It's kind of that burning passion which is wilting away, or it's causing certain destruction in this instance. So it's a really smart metaphor the band have used to really show that. The idea of we keep hiding in the corner of the basement, so rather than putting the fires out and trying to fix them, we've allowed this house to burn down. We've burnt down this thing that we've built because we haven't tackled the issue head on. We've just hid away and almost buried our stuff underground. So I like the idea idea of being in the basement, it's the idea of burying it under the ground, burying your head in the sand, rather than, and then again, tackling these issues head on. So some really smart lyric choices really coming in, and I love that all as well. But honesty won't buy us out of this. The fact that being honest with each other won't kind of save things, it won't fix things. At this point, we're too invested in this destructive tendencies that we've brought along. So save your apologies, it's time that we let it burn out. We kind of let things fizzle out, let the house that we've built crumble to dust and kind of go our own way. So it's really just showing this end of life almost of a relationship, and there's that point of two people amicably kind of agreeing that they need to either just decide where they're going to fix it, or really just kind of get to a point where they kind of hit the kill switch on this relationship.
This house is haunted, and we deserve it, 'cause we let the pain grow deep. Now we're going under. Honesty won't buy us out of this, so save your apologies. It's time that we let it burn out. You got a way of saying that you're sorry, cutting it deep and tell me maybe make up your mind if you wanna let me go. I know nobody ever said it was easy. Truth is, truth hurts, and you're gonna kill me. Make up your mind if you wanna let me go. You better leave me with a
Yes, I really like the way that the song had this really nice soft build. It really did have these just nice real build up towards the end with the inclusion of these kind of backing hollowed vocals, to not go for that inclusive idea that we have seen them do on other tracks, but really just show these softer elements to this conclusion of this relationship. This idea of, if you're gonna let me down slow. Just kind of break it off easily. Don't kind of just kind of be very blunt, be very direct. If you're gonna let me go, leave me with no hope. So don't kind of leave me hanging on with this string, this golden thread of hope that we may be able to fix things. It's either we stay and work on it, or we just completely call it a day. Stop sticking in this middle ground. But I do love the way that the sounds really fit in with this idea of it being a very amicable situation, and just these two people having a real strong understanding of each other and really approaching it in a very great way, rather than it being kind of at each other's throats that we do see in a lot of music. And again, really kind of contemplated and thought out very well in contrast to the music. And again, I really love the pacing on this. I do like that it had that slightly quicker energy. It didn't have the ideas of these very slow breakup songs that we do often see. It really had some nice pace, some soft ambient elements that really showed, and also a couple of great metaphors really kind of being brought in, cutting me deep then tell you that you need me. So the idea that kind of the way you're playing with my mind and my emotions is really hurting me, cutting me deep, really having this strong effect that you maybe can't see. And I also like the way they played on the perspective, this very much constant use of you, just kind of talking from maybe Philip's perspective, or maybe one of his ex-relationships, and really just approaching it in that way. The constant use of you and I, really just kind of focusing on those two people, and the occasional combining of the we in lyrics such as "it's time that we let it burn out." So really just showing that we have to agree on this one particular subject and really come to this agreement, rather than being one person effectively ruling the roost, because it's this one person that's kind of on this push and pull, but they need to make a joint decision. So again, just almost showing some slightly more like adult-like themes with exploring the idea of the end of a relationship, but approaching it in a very healthy and understandable way. So I do really like that. And again, I love the variation the band have shown on this album so far. Every single track has brought something different to the table, and whilst some of them seem to be approaching similar topics such as relationships and things like that, they're putting different spins on all of these tracks. And I think it's going to be really interesting to see how all these tracks do stack up together when we get to hear the album in its entirety. But it's certainly great to see every single track that they have brought out from this album has certainly brought something different, something very unique to the table, and it just shows their ability to really show show a lot of depth over the course of bringing out an album, and I certainly feel, given the tracks we've heard so far, this is definitely on course to probably be one of the strongest albums we have seen across the course of the band's discography. So they've put out 3 great efforts before, but I really think this is going to be the one that could potentially take to the top of that list. So that will be everything for today's video, but as always, feel free to let me know your thoughts about this track in the comments section below. Also, if you'd like to see more Normandie content, I have covered the 5 previous tracks from this upcoming album in separate videos, so you can find links to those in the description of this video. Also, if you'd like to see more content like this, then please do feel free to subscribe, and I will see you in the next Audio Analysis.